6 places in the state tournament. They've always felt for years that the boy works that hard and gets that far, and he's 1 match away from the 3rd place match. He deserved a shot at 5th and 6th. And so finally this year they put that in, and they wrestled for 6 places. It allows for a little more scoring. It also gives some boys a chance to take home a state medal that they've earned.
You bet. So 6 medals to the top finishers. Here's the 103-pound class champion, Jason Post from Hill City, a 7-4 winner over Longacre of Eudora. Post, the champion in this year's tournament from Hill City, just a sophomore, a record of 31-2. We're ready for a 119-pound weight class again in the finals. This was one of our star matches from matches to watch anyway. Chris Lampe from St. Francis, a junior with a record of 24-1, going against Matt Jensen, a Norton Blue Jay with a record of 24-1. So we've got, boy, quite a matchup. It's been Lampe to the finals 3 times, and for Jensen, well, he was a state champ at 119 last year.
Yeah, we have 2 24-1 records. Of course, the initial reaction is they must have lost one to each other, but they've never wrestled. And Lampe's loss came to Brad Keith from Hill City, who I believe took 3rd earlier this afternoon. And Jensen had an injury default earlier this year. And we have 2 somewhat different styles of wrestling here. Jensen primarily is a takedown wrestler and an escape wrestler, while Lampe's a down on the mat wrestler who likes to be on top so he can get that crossbody cradle in on you. And it may be what happens on the feet determines what happens in this match.
Could be a factor. Indeed, no score as of yet. Again, we've got Lampe, St. Francis Indian, just a junior, going against Jensen, a senior, coming into this for the Norton Blue Jays. 2 wrestlers that have been around for quite a bit and put a lot of mat time.
Yeah, some might feel that Jensen, there he goes, he's got his takedown, snapped down and just spun around behind. Some might feel like he has a little bit of an advantage because his coach is Billy Johnson, who was a national champion here at Fort Hays State a few years ago in the NAIA, and I guess I understand that they wrestle quite extensively in practice, and I'm sure that's helped Matt.
Yeah, Jensen really growing again, wrestling against his coach. He's up front 2-0. Again, he's in the white and mainly blue singlet. Again, on the bottom is Lampe, the primarily gold singlet. So these 2 guys going at it. Talked about the Blue Jays tradition. Jensen was 1st at the Colby Regional, and coming in, he was 3rd at the 112-pound weight category in 4A action in the past, and this is his 4th trip to state. So he has done quite a bit. He's also the Mid-Continent League champion. He won 4 MCL tournaments over his career.
Yeah, and Lampe's no stranger to it either. He's a junior, but like you said, he's been here every year that he's been in high school. And not only has he been here, he's made it count because he's been in this match. This is his 3rd time.
Yeah, he's right now fighting for position underneath. 2 seconds, 1 second. That's going to end the match, or at least the first period of this match. As they go off the mat, these 2 guys look evenly matched in strength and size and in coaching. Again, for Chris Lampe, he wrestles for quite a talented head coach too, and head coach Larry Gable. Again, he was the Northwest Kansas League champ. He also won the Scott City Invitational. Took 3rd at his regional though at Colby, as we said, losing to Keith, but not an accustomed position to finish 3rd at a regional. We mentioned Larry Gable. He's a pretty intense character too, isn't he?
Yeah, Larry is. Larry's an excellent coach. He wrestled in the NCAA himself, and he just done an excellent job up at St. Francis over the years. I don't know exactly how many years he's been there, but I'll bet you could count the years he's been out of the top 5 in the state on one hand.
A very intense coach and a very intense program. Just underway in the 2nd period. Out in front is Jensen from Norton.
Of course, we're going to have a chance to see Lampe, see if he can make his legs and cradle work for him tonight. He's pretty good at it, and it's awful hard to work against if you don't know your legs pretty well. And of course, you can see Jensen, every time he tries to snake that leg in there, Jensen wants to get his knees up front and get out of the way of it.
Makes Jensen almost become a defensive wrestler.
Yes, at this point. And of course, if he can get him high enough here, he'll have a shot at reversing him. But of course, we got to remember that Lampe has been in this position before, and I wouldn't say he was in a lot of trouble yet, but he's getting close.
So sometimes when you try to shoot that cradle, as they are famous for doing at St. Francis, sometimes you can ride too high almost, and as you said, that can be a problem.
Yeah, anytime you get too high on your opponent, you're asking for trouble. And of course, you give him a chance to get his hips back in the action, which is where all the power in your body is centered. He can play havoc with your plans. And Jensen there is trying to back out the backside. You see that Lampe's got his arm blocked there where he can't come out, but if Jensen manages to back up about another 10 or 12 inches, he's got a reversal.
Boy, Coach Billy Johnson yelling instructions to his wrestler, Jensen, who's with the lead right now, but on the bottom trying to pull out the back door.
Here he comes. He's about to get out. If he can get the door open, he's there. He's got his head coming. There he goes. He's out. Got a reversal.
Boy, that's just pure good technique and some strength. That makes him with the lead 4-0 right now. 30 seconds left in the second period of this match at 119.
Yeah, sometimes it's just a matter of putting your head down and bulling your way through, and that's kind of what Jensen did in that situation. He just kept on shaking and pulling until he got out.
Would Jensen be close to maybe the perfect type of wrestler? That Jensen and Lampe from St. Francis, pretty strong guys, wiry, lots of strength.
I don't think there is any such thing as a perfect type of wrestler because you have so many different styles. Like you got your long, wiry kids, and they make good leg wrestlers. You got your short, stocky kids, and they make good double leg takedown and fireman's carry type wrestlers. And so as far as a perfect type of wrestler, I don't think there is any such thing. It's just a matter of what's inside the kid and what he learns.
And how the coach can coax it out of him. That into the second period. And Jensen out in front. And again, what happened to Lampe? He rode a bit too high, and Jensen able to pull an escape or a reversal, and he got 2 more points. He's with the lead right now, 4-0 over the terrific wrestler from St. Francis, Chris Lampe, with 1:41 to go in this third period.
Lampe's trying to work his way in under there and get at those legs, and of course Jensen's doing a pretty good job of blocking him out there, but he's got to remember that he can't back up while he's doing it. He's going to have to start coming forward or going in a circle. We've got Lampe down there again. He's got that arm tied up. He's trying to reach in and get that other knee so he can pull him in. There's Jensen looking for that snap down again, but Lampe's kind of guarding against it now.
We might want to mention the third placer consolation champion, Keith from Hill City. Brad Keith has been a factor in these two gentlemen's careers this season. Keith taking third, and Talarico taking fourth in the tournament. Talarico, as I look, is from Garden Plain.
That was an excellent move by Jensen. I call it a far side short fireman's. I don't know what they call it up there, but he just did an excellent job of faking in for that leg and then just sneaking around the outside of the knee and blocking it to throw Lampe on his side.
Got 2 points for it. He's up 6-0 with 45 seconds left.
And he got a 3-point near fall added onto it, and that's just that was just a fine move.
Boy, he's leading a terrific junior wrestler from St. Francis. He's just dominating at this point.
Well, it's like Bill Cosby would say, "What's wrong with being second in the world?"
Not bad.
You know, he's going to have three second-place medals if he doesn't come out and win this, and you know, I wouldn't be ashamed of 3 second-place medals.
Now he's got 18 seconds to try to do something about a 9-0 deficit. Right now he's working. He took second at 103 as a freshman, took second at 112 last year. He's going to take second this year. Again, as it looks like Jensen's going to count it down with a crowd. You can hear it, 5 seconds to go. So Matt Jensen, to much of the delight of this crowd from Norton, picks up a win. Jensen, the champion, he goes to 25-1, and he wins his second state championship. So right now we've had 2 wrestlers that have won back-to-back championships.
That's right, and that's not totally unusual, but it's not your common everyday occurrence. It's pretty tough to do that.
Takes a lot of dedication. So the senior from Norton, Matt Jensen, wins this championship at 119, and taking a second, finishing off a fine season, Chris Lampe. He moves his record to 24-2. He'll finish second for the 3rd straight year, and a shot for it again next year. And in this state category, also at 119, Younger of Ellis takes 5th. in this tournament. He'll also get a medal. And Hosford of Halstead takes 6th in the tournament. So that's what happened at 119. And right now they're making the award presentations at 112. And again, the champion, as you'll see there, will be Jason Wheatley, with Jason Stafford taking 2nd. So quite the match. Again, none of these matches as of yet affecting the team chase. As we take a look at this, St. Francis had a shot to move up for that 2nd place title, but again, they didn't get any points with that, so they're going to stay in 4th right now as it stands. Again, Plainville out in front, 90.5. Trigo, 81, tied with Hoxie with 81, and then St. Francis with 80.5. And again, none of the factors in the team chase have had any wrestlers go to the mat as of yet, so it should be kind of interesting to see it. As we mentioned, it's really coming down to a 2-team race for 1st and maybe a 3-team race for 2nd.
Right. You know, we talked about that Western Kansas tradition. It's interesting to note